SCB Global is more than just a collaboration company. We are connecting businesses around the world with one conversation at a time. Welcome to the Team Me Up podcast.
Wonderful. How about Shams? What's your perspective? I mean, we were named Partner of the Year from A365. I mean, what have done differently to get to that level so quickly?
Yeah, so I think one of the things I touched upon, right? So it's like not waiting for things to happen and making things happen. Bob mentioned the different, I call it the Legos, right? So Microsoft ecosystem is only going to work if the underlying network that the customer is going to consume is strong, which is what SCB Global is proud to develop and design and curate to something that is not available in the marketplace apart from using SCB Global's network that is built in the Microsoft Azure environment. So that coupled with our capabilities to being ahead of in the technology curve within the ecosystem of Anywhere365, creating some customizations for those use cases, which is like the customer's wheel of misfortune, right? The CXs and the EX, which is the customer experience and employee experience, is disjointed or in a silo where integrations are there, but it's vanilla, or automation's not truly automated. There was a bunch of those areas as well in terms of the ecosystem, and Microsoft is obviously a gateway. And so as Anywhere365's roadmap is to build capabilities. Being a partner and a value-added partner, truly we embodied that and we demonstrated what does that term value-added partner mean by creating value around those stacks. And that naturally, trumped and provided us the clear pathway to be awarded and nominated, both in Microsoft ecosystem, in terms of the Microsoft circles, as well as obviously Anywhere365, recognizing our efforts that we have done for them and their platform.
Wonderful. So we talked a little bit about, CCaaS. Could you explain what is CCaaS and why is it integral to the success of business today?
You want to take that, James, or you want me to take it? Or you start and I finish?
Okay. So, I mean, there are different, acronyms that you will find, and the people keep making more of them, right? In a simple layman's term, I would say contact. Contact is obviously you establish some form of connection. That could be communication through different channels. And there's a centralized manner. So contact center, that's what the 2C stand for. Some people call it call center because previously, historically, many, many years ago, you would only be answering calls in a call center environment. And call center means many things to many people. Contact center became a centralized contact point, touch point for maybe support or maybe providing the 360-degree experience for customers. So that is the contact center area. If you like, contact center as a service, that's what it stands for in terms of the acronym. There are many things that go within it. There's a lot of integration of connecting people to people and people's applications or application to applications. All of that magic that we talk about, including AI, all of those REST APIs and things like that. They all fall into it, and a lot of these are technical terms, but we can unpack this as well if you have some time. But I'll let Bob come in as well here to give his perspective, because Anywhere365 has obviously built within that ecosystem since their inception.
Yes, contact center as a service. So let me try to be a little bit controversial here. So what you can see is that CCaaS as a service, so it's served from a cloud to an organization. The organization doesn't have to maintain it with on-prem hardware and these types of things. So you would say, it's a very modern approach, a very sophisticated technical solution to serve or give an organization these types of functionalities. But if you take it one step further, you can even imagine that this is an antiquated organizational concept, a siloed contact center, shielded away from the rest of the organization, served through a very modern technology stack. And this is something that we might, or actually are seeing changing. Shams, one of our joint customers, Milton Cat, they have a vision in how they want to interact with their customers. at some point in the future. And that is not by providing a silo and a siloed away group of people that has the exclusive right to interact with their customers. No, they want to enable more people in the organization to create great customer experiences. And right now we have the technology available, right? So Microsoft Teams basically is the foundation for that. It's the organizational operating system that you can put these functionalities on top of. And since Microsoft Teams runs in the entire organization as internal collaboration system, automatically everybody is potentially enabled to deliver these experiences to the customers. And it has all types of advantages. And what I see happening is that it will only accelerate with AI coming to the table, because AI can help less trained people to interact with customers and help them create these experiences right where the passion and the knowledge resides in the organization. So what we might well see is that, it's a modern acronym from a technology perspective, but it's an old-fashioned acronym from an organizational perspective.
Yep. And I think last one thing I want to add here is that gone are those days where people would want to deal with customer queries in a certain manner, right? Customers want the same experience from different channels or dialogues or paths that you have, because we have more access to technology, more access to communicate with each other. And what they want is consistency regardless of the touch point that they've created.
Yep.
And what makes businesses different today is how they respond. And that how is what we are trying to unpack here with the CX, that is customer experience, and all the other fancy technologies, and the iteration to elevate that experience and transcend to the future with the human element and also the other technological elements that we are hoping to put together for the future workforce.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Cam.
So, Bob, you had briefly mentioned artificial intelligence, and that's been a buzzword in 2023, and I believe it's going to be relatively on everyone's radar in 24, maybe in 25. What are you seeing, and what does the future and or use case might be for CCaaS leveraging artificial intelligence?
So I think we're, as people say, we are out of a nuclear winter for artificial intelligence, right? Basically, the advancements have been overwhelming, I think, for a lot of people, and that is basically still where most of these people are at right now. They immediately associate it with self-service, replacing people. That is now not how we look at it, by the way. Organizations are actually, from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, they are interested, but they are struggling to see past these simple use cases. And one of the key things of AI is that it needs to be trained, right? It's not a magic button that you can press and all of a sudden your organization is AI enabled. Now, it requires actually a lot of work. And who's going to train the AI? In the end, that is the organization. And who is best equipped to train the AI? Those are the people that are actually interacting with customers from a CCaaS perspective or customer interaction perspective right now. So what we do, we place basically a human in the loop at Anywhere365, and we allow the human to pick the best answer and to maybe even tweak that answer that the AI suggests to, for example, a representative or an agent. And at the same time, if you take that approach, that AI becomes smarter, becomes more probable for the AI to come up with the right answer, considering the context that it is working in. And we will be seeing more of that. But also, right, if you look at what's happening, you need to know how you are connecting with your customers, how well you are doing. Data needs to be generated, right? How not just how many calls you get, but how well are we doing in these calls as well. And there we also see a role for AI to analyze that data and to come up with insights based upon these types of efforts. So those are the two points that I'm looking at.
So those are great points you had mentioned, Bob. I think, the way I'd like to see that on a go-forward basis is the fact that, artificial intelligence or any other technology for that matter is not an auto magic button to fix everything.
Nope.
You still need to define processes, you need to define business strategy, and you need to have a game plan as to how are you going to integrate and how are you going to leverage technology. So with that said, I mean, this is a great start to learning more about A365 and, excited about this partnership and looking forward to 2024. See you soon.
Join the revolution. Find out more at scb-global.com.